gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah.
This right here is your typical smartphone, and this is what we've come to expect from a standard foldable display. But now take a look at this. This is a trifold. Then there's a slightly more compact foldable screen, which already feels quite practical. But what we have here is something entirely different.
A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
A whole new kind of foldable display. I know what you're thinking. You want to know the size. Don't worry, I've got you. Let me break it down in the simplest way possible. When fully opened, it sits somewhere around the size of an iPad mini. Fold it up and it lands between a Mate X7 and a Pura X. It's reached that sweet spot where you can comfortably use it with one hand, no struggle at all. For me, the size feels just right, full, immersive, and satisfying. With such a unique design, it's impossible not to jump straight into apps and see what it can do. On the outer screen, Xiaohongshu shows up to 4 columns, while the inner display pushes that to 5. In portrait mode, the amount of information you can see at once is honestly something I've never experienced before. What's even better is how content is handled. Open an image or text and the left side becomes a full screen view, while the right side keeps your comments flowing. Compared to traditional layouts, this feels like a huge upgrade. Switching to vertical viewing, videos appear noticeably larger than what you'd get on a standard display. On TikTok, the interactive buttons stay perfectly out of the way, which makes the experience much cleaner. And the speakers? Seriously impressive. Watching regular 16:9 content feels effortless, and the display itself is even bigger than what you'd find on a typical foldable. The speakers are placed diagonally, so whether the phone is open or closed, you still get proper stereo sound. Honestly, this is something other brands should take notes on. If you're into gaming, especially something like Golden Shovel, the expanded screen gives you way more space compared to a normal setup. As for WeChat, there's not much to say. Just log in like you would on a tablet and you're good to go. At first glance, the screen ratio might seem a bit unusual, but once you start using it, it quickly makes sense. That's when it clicked for me why they went with this immersive light-sensing design. Since the screen is so wide, vertical space could feel limited, so this approach makes everything appear more open and spacious. Then another realization hit me. The texture design isn't just for looks. When watching videos with my right hand, the controls sit perfectly on that side. Switch to the left hand and they shift accordingly. It's clearly designed with this ultra-wide format in mind. And if you ever feel like you can't quite reach the edges, there's a simple solution. Just swipe and hold to activate one-handed mode. Instead of shrinking awkwardly, the screen transforms into a more manageable standard-size display. It's a really smart implementation. The display itself is just incredibly fun to use. You've already seen how great it is for entertainment, but what really stands out are the features beyond that. Let's go through them. First up is the AI Companion mode. Think of it as a small, real-time panel that runs alongside your activity, offering suggestions and quick access to tools. One of the coolest aspects is the side length mode on the Pura X Max. When you squeeze the device slightly, the left side becomes a compact area similar in proportion to a regular phone. You can run AI functions on one side while continuing normal tasks on the other. Once unfolded, everything feels even more natural and better positioned. If you enjoy reading content that mixes text and images, this mode is especially useful. For example, if I'm reading an article about Zhui Tong, the system automatically pulls up related information on the side. For longer reads, there's even a one-tap summary option. It also does some clever things like recognizing food items and automatically logging daily details. Now, don't let the size fool you into thinking the camera takes a hit. The main camera is almost on par with the X7, and the telephoto lens is directly borrowed from it. On top of that, it features the second-generation Hongfeng sensor. In terms of raw capability, it's right up there with the best foldables out there. But here's where it gets really interesting. They've teamed up with Xiaohongshu to introduce a posture recommendation feature. Say you're taking a photo of someone sitting at a table. The AI steps in, adjusts the focal length, and even overlays a guide to suggest the best pose. It's like having a built-in photography assistant guiding every shot.
Now here's something really cool.
If I'm holding a cup of coffee, the AI can actually recognize it and suggest the best pose for me while holding it. So this isn't just a basic pose guide. It can identify whether the subject is male or female, understand the scene, and even detect interactive objects within that scene. What makes it even better is that this feature keeps evolving over time, thanks to continuous updates and input from Xiaohongshu creators. And wait, there's more. If you turn on dual screen mode, the pose wireframe even appears on the outer display. That means no more guessing. You can see exactly how to position yourself in real time. All right, let's talk about the design. Compared to earlier Huawei foldables, this one uses a flatter frame, but still leaves a bit of space for comfort. The back design is honestly quite charming. The camera module at the top has this capsule-like shape that subtly rises, which helps hide the camera bump nicely. When you put on a case, there's even a small transparent section that adds a unique touch. Personally, I'd suggest going for a case with contrasting colors. It really stands out. Now, here's the part you've probably been waiting for. It comes with a stylus, and not just any stylus. When you slot the pen into the case, the phone actually powers the case, and the case charges the pen. The design is also quite different from typical phone styluses. It's closer in thickness to a tablet pen, but with the unused portion trimmed down. The result? It feels incredibly natural in hand, easily one of the best stylus experiences I've had on a phone. Functionality-wise, it goes beyond what most tablet pens offer. It supports Bluetooth, works as an Air mouse, and even has a built-in microphone so you can talk to your assistant clearly even in noisy surroundings. Of course, it also includes pressure sensitivity and hover detection as standard. Despite being such a compact device, it comes preloaded with drawing and note-taking apps. The Note app, in particular, introduces some really interesting features. For example, I can drag in 2 images using my knuckles, frame them, then press and drag to the side, and it instantly opens them in the Notes app. From there, I can circle multiple images, tap on Inspiration and Creation, and input a prompt. Let's say I want to follow the layout of one image and use elements from others to create a cover. Just wait a moment, and it generates the result automatically. And honestly, the output looks pretty solid. It even understands how to combine elements from different images into one cohesive design, which is super impressive. And that's just scratching the surface. Switch over to professional mode, and it starts to feel something similar to comfy UI. You can directly connect your selected images to a generator, attach your prompts, and it will produce multiple variations. You can keep generating more if you want. The output quality can even reach up to 4K, and the results look surprisingly accurate. On the software side, this device runs on Harmony OS 6.1. While the overall interface might look familiar, a lot of the finer details have been refined. The system feels polished, and features like panoramic multi-window and floating windows work effortlessly with this screen ratio. The inner display is smooth and enjoyable to use, while the wider outer screen makes small window mode even more practical. Another nice touch is the return of parallel view, which had previously been removed. Now it's back, and not just for native apps, even third-party apps like Zhuoyi Tong support it. When you think about it, Huawei is currently experimenting with multiple foldable formats and aspect ratios. This Pura X Max feels like it brings together everything you'd want from both a foldable and a tablet, while still being compact enough to slip into your pocket. So now the big question, if you had to choose again, would you go for a traditional large foldable or something like the Pura X Max? As for pricing, the base model of the Huawei Pura X Max starts at 10,999 yuan in China, which is roughly 1,193 pounds in the UK and about $1,613 in the US. That's it for this video. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. It really helps out a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!